What have you had to change because of what's happening economically in the country? All right. And then as a household managed by a woman, what's happening in your home right now? What has changed? You might not be the one who is earmarking the monies for anything. So what have you noticed that has changed? Are you observant at all? What has changed? So that's basically what I'm asking you to tell me. What has changed since the fuel subsidy removal in your life and in your household? So in your life for, especially those of you who are single, and then household for families. All right, so send me those messages to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Now, before we play that sound bite for the women and what they said about how they are managing, here's a reminder. Please, if you are pregnant, definitely it's women who are pregnant. So if you are pregnant and you have not registered for antenatal care, what's up? What exactly is the problem? I almost wanted to ask you what's the color of your problem, but let's just be nice. What exactly is the issue? Is it that you do not have access to a hospital or public primary healthcare center? Why haven't you registered for antenatal? Or is it that you feel it's going to waste your time? You don't need that. You already know your body. You have 9 children. This is the 10th one. You already know how your body reacts to pregnancy. My dear, this is a new child. It's not the same as the rest. All right? So please go and register for antenatal care. And not just register for antenatal care. Some women register and they would not attend the classes. They just want to go and see doctor. My waist is doing me like this. Is the baby kicking or not? No. Attend the classes. Sit down there and listen to the health talk in the hospital. Happens usually in the mornings. So please ensure you attend the antenatal classes before seeing the doctor. It's part of the care. Part of care is knowing what you should do, what you should expect. All right? So that in case someone wants to do what is not necessary, what is not normal, you can know and help yourself, and also correct people around you, especially those who will come for omugwo. They might be doing things that might kill your baby or disfigure your child. So please go and learn what they should not do. Thank you. Okay, so moving on now to what the women in Port Harcourt said about how they are managing following the subsidy removal. So here, the married women, here's what they had to say.
The first thing I had to do is mindset shift for myself, my family, for the children. Let them understand that it's not business as usual. You are not going to always get all that you want the way you used to.
I have certain amounts my husband gives me. I have to beg him to add 5,000 naira to it. It now cushion my own side of contribution to the household. Then I've reduced the size of meat in the pot.
Can't just buy something today and come back tomorrow and it's the same price. Everything is just shooting up.
Even if we still buy the one my money can afford, I buy. The children request for this one, this and that. It's just God that is providing.
You have to really adjust and watch as the day unfolds, whatever it brings.
All right, so there you have. You've heard from them. Those are the married women. I like the one who said children are demanding for this and that. They don't understand the English subsidy removal. What are you saying? Mommy, I want biscuits. Mommy, they said we should bring this. Mommy, we are wearing blue suits for graduation ceremony, like the man who called in earlier. Mommy, we are supposed to wear tiara for the drama that I'll be partaking in. Mommy, I'm supposed to wear a special uniform. I'm supposed to wear wings. I'm the angel. I'm the whatever. Okay, so the kids will just make their demands. You can't be telling them there is subsidy removal. One just says it is God that is providing. Okay, now some of the single mothers that I spoke to, they say the situation is even tougher on them. And that's because they are the sole breadwinners in their homes. They're the ones who are providing everything. There's no man helping, providing for the family, whereas they are supporting or they are providing and someone is supporting. Nothing like that. They are the ones doing everything. Take a listen to what they had to say.
Business is low and feeding is on the high side. So I'm a single mom now. I have children. There's a lot of responsibility. I'm not even talking about myself, but the children, there's no man helping out. So it's only on me. And so it's really, really difficult.
Well, it's not easy at all. Don't go there. Even those who have complaining, then talk of us who not get work and we're single parents.
All right, so those are the single mothers there. So let's hear from the single ladies. So I spoke with some of them, and one of the things I heard was, it was more like, I have a job, so I'm fine. Like, you could actually hear the excitement in the parts where they said, I have a job. So for those people who are thinking single ladies are just out there to look for who to chop from, they don't want to work, they're just looking for a man. Oh, well, it's not business as usual. They got jobs. And some of them have their own businesses they're doing. So they're happy. But then one of them also said something that really, got me laughing. She said that, my sister, this time around, the men, the ones that usually used to give free money, they are not showing working as usual. And the subsidy removal is hitting everybody. So let's hear from the single ladies this time around.
We feel like maybe 20% out of 100 still show working, but seriously, like 70-80% really the lock up.
I have my house, I have a job too. God has not the time. I'm actually fine.
I'm still staying with my parents, so I didn't really get to feel the no cash thing. The only thing I knew was that the amount of flour we used to buy reduced. We were buying 20 liters, we reduced it to 10 liters. Then I have to cut down on other expenses at home.
Like I'm working now with my little business added to it. I'm okay. It's so okay, but I'm fine.
All right, so I'm sure you're very familiar with what has happened in the country. It was a shocking news for a lot of Nigerians when on 29th of May, during his inauguration speech, President Bola Tinubu announced fuel subsidy is gone. The fuel subsidy regime is gone. There is no fuel subsidy in the 2023 budget. And so the very next day, if not the same day, pump price of petrol increased from about 200 and something naira to about 300 naira and went all the way up to 500 naira plus. And while people were still screaming and trying to find their footing with state governments here and there looking for ways to help their people cushion the effects of the subsidy removal, in some states they even had to give some work days free to their civil servants, right? And even back here in River State, the state government did something. Free buses. They had to, flag off that particular transportation scheme. Free buses all over town, from here and to there. So people were still more like, thank God, at least. And then while we were still on that one, and also heard where the federal government talked about giving 8,000 naira palliative, we didn't know something else was coming. So just this Tuesday, another shocker came on board. What was it? The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, announced a new pump price of petrol. What is happening? Over 600 naira per litre. There was panic in the land. So some people felt like, no, it's not true, it's false news. Yeah, but here we are. People are buying petrol at 590 something naira per litre, and there are places in this country where it's at 615 naira per litre or 700 naira per litre, depending on where the people are able to get the petrol from, and even much more. So people have changed their lifestyles. People have had to cut down on some of their expenses. I remember some time ago when I did a report like this, I interviewed men. Okay, I remember one man telling me that this time around he doesn't really drive all the way down to his church. What he does is gets himself prepared and come outside, look for any church around him, and he will enter. I'm no longer doing this my church. I carry it on my head. No, I cannot drive my car and go all the way down to that place. It's the same God that we are serving. But I'm sure that before now, he must have been it has to be my church. But all of a sudden, it's the same God we're serving. So tell me what has changed in your personal life and, of course, in your households. Women, please, I would like to hear from you as well. All right, you heard from other women, but let's hear from you now. 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0002, or 0817 923 0007, 0817 923 0007. We're live on Facebook, so head on to Facebook and drop a comment right there as well. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Talk to us. All right, AJ Sunday Oyisi on Facebook says a lot has changed, especially feeding and my movements. Now I have to calculate very well before going out due to high cost of transportation, and now I don't have to eat anyhow. I eat when I'm hungry, even if it's what I want or not, which is very disheartening and unhealthy. Oh wow. Hello. Hi, good afternoon. What's your name? Oh wow, you're burning credits. There's few subsidy removal. Hello, you're welcome. What's your name, please?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Francis, calling from Rumahalo.
All right, Francis, we're listening.
So a lot have changed. Much more will change as people are trying to get smart in managing the current situation. For me, I have tried to move some of my usage of petrol to solar, using small frames solar units. I use solar to can carry only my freezer alone, and I also have a small solar that gives us some light bulbs. So I have told everybody in the house, once there's a light, there's power. If it is for 1 hour, please do everything you need to do. Iron your clothes, use the washing machine, wash. And once they take the light, nobody should ask me to on generator because it's not going to be possible. Wow. So we are going to be smart in trying to manage the situation because the way we see it, it has come to stay, or let God intervene in giving us back our mandate. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Precious, calling from.
Precious? Oh, darling. Precious, are you hiding to make this call? Or you're not sure? If Precious, please do what to call me back. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Kennedy Nonubai, aka Ratibo from Bogo, from the center.
Okay. Go on now.
Well, I think a lot has changed in my own side due to this subsidy movement.
For example?
I work in a guest house in Eleme here. Before, I normally on them by 1 p.m., but now I do on them by 5 p.m. because of the fuel system. I think and try. In terms of feeding, I normally eat twice and 3 times a day. But this time, because of how things is going on, I managed to eat twice, and it's affecting me badly. I must say, there are a lot of things in my inside.
Interesting. Thank you very much for calling. All right. So the men, what have you seen? What have you noticed about perhaps how your wife is managing the home these days? One of the women, when I played that sound, one of them said, I had to beg my husband to add 5,000 naira to what he gives me, to the amount of money he brings every week. She says, I don't do that one, monthly households upkeep money. I do weekly, because if I do monthly, it's not going to go anywhere. So she says I had to ask him to add 5,000 naira so that the one that me I'm bringing to it will balance out. The subsidy removal, it has brought about hardship on a lot of Nigerians. Some people did not anticipate this. Some people did not think that they would be caught in this web of trying to cut down on a lot of things just because. So what has changed in your... Before now, she would make her hair every 2 weeks, but she doesn't do that anymore because it's going to cost a lot of money, having to make her hair every 2 weeks. So I didn't really capture that in the sound. Oh my. Just remembered. It was part of the things I was told. She said, I no longer have to... Normally, I go to the market every week to get new clothes, and sometimes not even just every week. As I'm just going home from work, I just see something I like, I buy it. But I don't do that again. This time around, I have to be sure that I need a new handbag before I go to buy or look at any one I see. I'm no longer doing that, see things and then you just enter. Oh, it's fine, I like it, yeah, and buy. I'm saving money. So what have you changed? What are you no longer doing? And what have you started doing that before now you were not doing? As a lady, as a man, as a human being who lives in Nigeria. And I also want to find out from you, perhaps when we go on a break and come back, what your concerns are with regards quality of products that we have out there now. So let's hear from you now. What has changed in your daily routine, in your personal life, in your household following the fuel subsidy removal? 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0007. It's Female Outcome on 92.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Constance. A lot has changed because the cost of transportation and cost of living is now on the high side. Foodstuffs are now on the high side and life is becoming more difficult for the masses. It's only God that is helping us. May God see us through and keep us moving through Christ our Lord. Amen. All right. Thank you for your message. Hi. Good afternoon.
Hello.
You have to turn off your radio set, please. Welcome aboard. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello. What's your name?
Good afternoon.
All right. So please, when you call in, it's more like a ritual. You call in, hello. Hello. My name is Constance Mega. I'm calling from Port Harcourt. On this issue, a lot has changed though. You just go ahead. So that we don't stay on the good afternoon, hello. Can you hear me? How you doing? All right, just straight to the point like that. Thank you very much for your messages on WhatsApp. So do well to send them to 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. We'll go on a commercial break. When we return, I'm still taking your calls as well, and I'm asking you to tell me what has changed since subsidy removal. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back now. It's Female Outcome on 92.3 Nigeria Info. So we've been talking about how women are managing amid the subsidy removal, right? So I shared with you some of what the respondents I spoke with said about how they are managing personally and what they are also doing differently in their families due to the effect of the fuel subsidy removal. All right, and we already know that there is hike in food, commodities, services, transportation, and all other basic needs. And people have had to adjust. A lot of people have adjusted and are still adjusting, and there are people who are still really struggling. They're yet to even find their footing. It's like someone's swept them off their feet, and they're really struggling to look for something to hold. There are families that they don't even know where to start from. So what has changed in your family? What has changed in your daily routine because of the subsidy removal? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Henry.
All right, Henry, go on.
Henry from Mahuda. Hello?
Go ahead, Henry.
Okay, yes. A lot has changed, as you said. Before, I used to cook soup with fish and meat, but now, because of high cost of living in the market, I usually go with that fish or meat. And then the soup normally is for 2 days, but because of the high increase in fuel and transportation, it has to be for 3 days now. Make ends meet. That's been my experience.
Interesting. Are you married? Ooh, and there he went. All right then. Thank you very much. So for those of you who have parents in the village that you have to send money to, how far? Are you still able to send them the same amount of money you've been sending home? Or have you reduced it? Or perhaps the frequency of, sending the money has reduced. But you try to use other things to cover up. Basically, what has changed? I'm sure that there are people who now, by fire by force, have to go and get foodstuff from their village. Yes. There are people like that. And there are people who have now had to look for how to buy foodstuff from nearby villages, or get foodstuff from places where it will be cheaper. Some have now resorted to actually bulk buying. People who did not pay attention to buying things in bulk because they felt like, it's too much now. Cannot you finish using it? And so they now have to pay attention to it, knowing that the one you buy today might not be the same price tomorrow. One of the women said it. You go to the market today and tomorrow the price has changed. It did not come down. It has gone up again. Someone said, a lot of people actually say this, that in Nigeria, when prices of things go up, they really do not come down. They just keep going up there. It's like we like ahead. I'm really hoping, right, that someday the price of petrol will actually come down, like significantly reduce. When we say significant increase or significant reduction, it's something that it will touch you, it will touch everything. The kind of reduction that we cannot deny that a reduction has happened. Because the last two times, that there was a price increase in petrol, right? The transportation people, the transporters increased their fare. Now, by the time it's reduced, it was not significant. So nobody was even looking to reduce the fare again. They just left it there. It's just a few a few routes in Port Harcourt that the price of transportation reduced. In some other places, it just stayed like that because the reduction in pump price of petrol was not significant. It was just there, it just went down. Nobody really felt it. So we're really hoping that there will be a significant reduction in the pump price of petrol. But while we're still here, all right, grappling with the effects of subsidy removal. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what has changed in your life and in your family. Constance, my sister, it's not been easy. I have joined the Association of Legadies Benz Nigeria, and for feeding, Gary that has been my saving grace has left me behind. Now God hand I did now. Simply goodness from Uniport. Oh wow. My name is Manuel from Eneka. Unfortunately, we're all getting the heat from the subsidy removal. The fuel hike did not affect me till my transport to and from work went from 550 naira to 900 naira. I can't keep up, so I sleep at work and go home once in a while. Oh my goodness. So you are also one of the lucky ones that you can sleep at your workplace. There are people who cannot afford that. The kind of place they work in, they do not have that luxury of sleeping over and go home once in a while. Constance, this increase in the price is possibly a divine intervention because some Nigerians in Port Harcourt were at the verge of destroying the planet Earth with generator fume and noise. They enjoyed having generators on for almost a whole day, but now many of them have packed the generators. Personally, I hate the menace of generators and I have depended on solar energy. I have naturally lived a moderate life and I'm not much worried by the hike in price. Eric Chooks, that's your message. Oh my goodness. You're talking about generator fumes. How about the ones that come from our vehicles? The climate change ambassadors will tell you about that. That the exhaust, the fumes that come out of the vehicles we drive, they are also contributing to global warming and climate change that we are experiencing. So a lot of people have also packed their cars. When it was 511 or so, some people packed their cars, right? And at some point they felt like, okay. Let's just drive this car. I beg. It's not that bad. We can manage. And then the next thing we're hearing is 600 naira per litre. They ran back. And more people joined the queue and say, I beg, where did they park the car? Maybe we park our own too. So one of the women I spoke to as well, I remember she mentioned that. She said, I've parked my car. No driving it anymore, I beg. And very soon my husband will also park his own car. What has changed? Hello?
Yeah, good morning. I'm back. Yeah, a lot of things have changed. My wife told me to increase the money I used to bring every week for the feeding. I thought reason with her, I increase the money. So I tried to look for where I would start the money and increase it. I stopped going to sell it. My son were going to party yesterday. I bought him by myself. I have a clipper. I charge it. This morning, I bought myself also to augment that the boy will know that it's not that I don't like it, not to go to saloon. I applied it by myself. I bought myself. He was shouting this morning. Yeah, but I said, things have changed. He said, what has changed? I said, they have removed subsidy. What the money that government use to subsidize this thing, they pay half, we pay half. But now they have removed, we are buying it. He said, is it because of why I'm not on no more generator to watch cartoon? Whenever there is light, to watch. So that what things have changed. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm Junior. What has changed is that I can no longer keep up with the rate at which I give out. And this has made my relationship with some friends change. Oh my. Alright, so these changes I'm asking for, it's not only for those who have had to make adjustments that they do not like. How about you who have made adjustments that are good? Or adjustments that are not necessarily tilting towards cutting down. How about you? Talk to us about what you have changed this period. What has changed in your life? I heard of a company where the boss held some kind of in-house party for them yesterday, Friday. They did thank God it's Friday. I was like, people did thank God it's Friday. Like, I don't understand. In this petrol subsidy removal? The boss was like, yeah, I just wanted them to feel like, forget what's happening. We're still a family. Let's get something and hold a little party in the office. I was like, oh my goodness, at this point in time. So that's also a good one, right? That in the face of all that's going on, people could still come together and say, you know what, let's party. Things are tough. Let's not take it to heart. And just eat something and just be good, be fine, be nice. This period as well, I'm sure that there are people who have taken out time to declutter their wardrobe, give out their clothes, shoes, handbags, hairs, and all whatnot. There are people who have opened their homes to people to say, come to my house and eat. At least, if it's only food that I can give you, it's something. Anytime you want to eat, my home is open and available. So come and eat. Come one, come all. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is always available. I'm sure there are people who have made such adjustments as well. Are you the one? Hello?
I think that one affected me directly.
Which one?
To a point that this is any knock at my gate, I asked my wife to go and check.
Okay.
Because on unsolicited invitations, my house is flat one. And guess what?
What?
Strange people always come in. One demand or the other. The first day called on me, I am looking for your wife. Best to my knowledge, we don't know you as a friend to my wife. And the thing gets so clear on me that, look, this is a special need. Madam, you have a guest. Come check who's there. And guess what? Demand. Let us focus on the women this moment. Sanitary pads will increase also in price.
Mm-hmm.
Hair making or hair dressing will also increase in price. How will they survive it? Will they go back their hair? Of course not. Makeups should be affected also. Won't they look beautiful anymore? There's a call for concern. Now, for the single mothers, there's a conversation I had recently with a woman, a single mother actually. And look at her words. I take care of the children all alone. Constance, what does that tell you? Which means the teenage girl must go and look for a boyfriend in any way. And unfortunately, even the boyfriends too don't even have money. Come out to the street of Port Harcourt. Areas that we used to have much cars, no cars. The taxi drivers is even parking and waiting until passengers will come, especially those on turn by turn, and even those going on the lane. What is it? It's a tough time. It is a tough time. But the truth is, we the people, what are we doing? The solution is in our hands. Can we call for family get-togethers? Instead of we eating alone, can we just cook together? Can two families come together? Okay, wanna bring the gari, who will bring the soup to also cut cost? Because let me be honest, you even make mention of quality of services, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the food industry, by the grace of God, where I've ventured into a few years now, most restaurants, if they are not reducing their quality, they are increasing their price, also increase quality or sustain the quality or shut down. Most businesses are closing because they cannot sustain. Now look at the funny thing from the major market. Funny enough, people who don't even pet food business with them, they now call us. On a no go collect fish. We get the big ones, so the butchers also call us. People should come and collect meat now. Do you know what that means, Mom? They are looking looking for customer, a major customer that can keep them afloat in the business at a time like this. So for now, I think families need to come together. And we too, on our services, can we also, because of, yes, price is increasing, but can we reduce the cost of most of our commodities? We from this side to help our fellow demanding. Landlord, can you reduce your house rent? Service provider, can you reduce your service charge? Transporter, can you reduce it so that we can be able to sustain? Because what is ahead of us, if we want to continue because of, it is hard, it might not.
All right, thank you very much for calling, Mr. Zion. So what has changed in your personal life? Yesterday, a young lady was telling me how she always loved to buy a particular brand of bread from one of these supermarkets. She says, I really love buying their bread every week. But now I can't even buy. The price has increased. You know, the way she was really lamenting. Bread. So there are people that there's a particular thing they get to buy every week. For some other persons, every day. But right now, they can't even afford to get it every 2 weeks because it's luxury. So they just have to let it go. What has changed in your life? And I'm sure there's someone somewhere who perhaps had been buying 2 loaves of bread and started buying 3 so that they can give the other one to their neighbor. You know? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica.
Could you say that again?
My name is Jessica.
You have to turn off your radio set.
Okay.
I never said turn off your phone. I said turn off your radio set. If your radio set is on, it's going to affect the conversation, all right? Thank you. Good afternoon, Constance. The subsidy removal has affected my lifestyle greatly. Firstly, my nightlife has gone. I have parked my car. I have reduced my alcohol intake. No more free gifts. Thank God it's Friday is no more. No more unnecessary visits and travels. George from Rumokurusi. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's your name?
My name is Mary Joy. I'm coming from Rumokurusi.
Politics.
So, yes. The nature of this country is really difficult to us because now you cannot travel, you know. Even though you want to travel far distance.
My apologies. I have to let you go now. I have a program scheduled for 5 minutes. We'll be back afterwards.
I have a message for you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're discussing how women are coping amid the subsidy removal. All right, so a couple of persons have shared what they are doing differently this period, the things they've had to cut down on just so they can survive, even with the economic downturn. All right, so Lambs Fidel here on WhatsApp says, good afternoon, Constance. The subsidy removal has brought many significant changes to my daily life routine. My generator has been packed for who knows how long now. Also, we now have men and ladies with good looks and character joining the public transport system. For feeding, no visible change for now. My parents are still receiving the amount I used to send to them. I even try to increase it considering the bad policies of this present government. Lambs Fidel. He says, I'm actually picking that part. He says, we now have men and ladies with good looks and character joining the public transport system. Hello. Oh my. Well, do well to call back. Thank you very much. Remember, we are live on Facebook, so you can also get on Facebook and drop a comment there. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. How are you coping? How are you managing? What are you doing differently? What has changed in your daily routine? In the things you normally do at home? Have you parked your car? Are you still driving it? Are you driving it like once a week? As against the number of times you would normally drive your car. A woman said to me, well, no more unnecessary visits. Yeah. The hellos and highs, all this. So you're driving home from church, just want to enter here and greet them. Enter. No. We're doing it over the phone. We're not visiting anybody unnecessarily. It's not happening again. In fact, the children, they don't get to watch TV as much as they, would want to. It's no longer business as usual. Why? Because even electricity tariff has increased. So we're not going to leave things on that we know that they don't need to be on. We'll turn off your TV so that we can save units. All right? You can't be watching TV for a long stretch. But the holidays are here. What are the plans? The holidays are here. Oh my goodness. So those people that you would normally pack your children and go and keep with and keep them there, are you still going to do that? You still have the plans to, ship your children off to your sisters, to your brothers, to your auntie's place? With the current economic realities, will your mind allow you to carry your children to somebody's house? I'm sure for someone, yes, I will. Please let them take care of them for now for me. Oh my God. So people who are well-to-do financially, people who are stronger financially, get ready, because this is the period that you're going to have to be of help to a lot of people. So I'm yet to get the person who would tell me, yes, so what has changed is that these days I now cook more than I'm supposed to cook so that I can give my neighbors. These days I buy bread, I buy like plenty and I'm sharing on my streets. Because some more times are hard and I can see that people are feeling it. So I'm trying to help them. Who has opened their homes, to strangers or to neighbors to say, come and eat? If you were dishing out food every Sunday, do you still do that? Or has that now changed? There are people who have continued. They've continued to give food out. Perhaps to the people who work for them every Sunday. They make sure that they receive food from them. Has that continued, or are you now counting the number of the grains of rice in the pots? Has the subsidy removal impacted your business in such a beautiful way that you're like, why did they not do this thing since? See the way money is flowing left, right, center. I remember during the COVID-19 pandemic, I had a friend of mine who told me, before the COVID-19 issue, he was planning to travel abroad, right? And during the COVID-19, for whatever reason, I dialed his number and it went through. And so I was surprised. Like, okay, hello. He says hello. I'm like, oh wow, you're still in Nigeria, or am I wasting a lot of credit right now? He says, yeah, so I'm still here. I'm like, so what happened? Are you not supposed? You said you were traveling now. Say, since I beg, I don't go anywhere again. This COVID-19, it was a blessing. You could hear from his voice how excited he was about COVID-19. People lost money. People lost their lives. People lost so much time. People lost opportunities, right? But that was an open door for him. He started talking to me about businesses, how he now has this branch, that branch, another branch, the other branch, and he was super excited. So what he was doing before that time wasn't really bringing in the money, but COVID-19 pandemic, it opened doors for him. So what has happened in your life? Has the subsidy removal opened doors, broken down bars of iron, pulled down walls, light or lit up shadows? What good has it brought your way? All right, maybe you don't want to share with me, but as well, I'm just trying to, let you know that we feel you. We know that something good has happened to someone, even in the midst of the whole economic meltdown. Max, I'm going to read your message live on air. So this is what Max sent me on WhatsApp. Max says, my darling Constance, the spirit is telling me to buy you a new car. Should I listen to the spirit? From Max. Max, are you Max Air? I'm talking, the Boeing kind of stuff. Big aircraft. If you get what I mean. Oh my goodness. He says he's Max Ship. Max, listen to the spirit and listen properly. There are other things the spirit is telling you. Don't just buy me car, come and give me car. So I'll not come and be struggling to buy the petrol. You buy the car, make resources available to make sure that the car is properly well taken care of, that does not run dry. There is, all right. Thank you very much, Max. Max, listen properly so that you can do it well. That's what I'm saying. Okay, thank you so much for having this conversation with me on how people are managing, especially women, at this point in time in the country. And I must also let you know, please keep hope alive. While you are there struggling and saying, everything is bad, people are wearing pink to go and premiere a movie that is not Nigerian movie. I'm just saying. While people are screaming and shouting, economic meltdown, downturn, things are bad, subsidy removal, hardship here and there, there's no money to eat, we're struggling to feed, we're cutting down on this, people are doing ashrebi to go and do Barbie the movie premiere. The Lord is your strength, all right? So depend on God, even this time around. When you're hearing people screaming and shouting and talking about how everything is so bad, tell yourself, this subsidy removal will favor me and my family, to favor my children. And please, pregnant women, go and register for antenatal care. Attend the classes. Please, it's very important, all right? And also, since we're also talking to women, since this program is basically about women, all right, I just want to add this one too, because of some of the stories I've heard about children this period, and I'm really not happy about it. Please pray for children. It doesn't have to just be your children, all right? The children in the school where your kids attend, the children on your streets, there will be no calamity upon them, all right? Just pray for children. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you next week. Have yourself a beautiful weekend. Remember to follow us on social media. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Nigeria Info FM _ PH on Instagram and Threads. Hold on. Okay. And Nigeria Info PH on Twitter. We have a website, so do well to visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. You can also find me, Constance Mega, on social media. Well, Twitter is iConstance Mega. The sports crew